Chapter 6, The Triple Moon Lineage of Power entails the sequential efforts of the Crohn, Mother, and Maiden. The symbols that associate with life in the medical field go up and down. The symbol for the astrological sign of Aquarius resembles a capital W beneath a capital W. No life would represent a flat line symbolizing an empty book without any meaning. For example, I have a cousin with Down syndrome, and she used to just scribble neatly on each line as if she was writing a delusional story that she could only understand. In my astrological chart, the planet Venus and Mars resides in my 12th house in the sign of Aquarius. This portrays female and male in one, which is life. This fact signifies that everything outside of me is lifeless or void, just an act of mere delusional magic. The Crohn, Mother, and Maiden are just symbolic of timelines that don't really exist. Heritage is put in place to make it seem like there's a real past or future to this delusional world that only exists because of my conscious existence. The Maiden represents life at its earliest, where it seems real. The Mother symbolizes the bridge between the Maiden and the Crohn. The Mother also creates this illusionary boundary of the present that is simply a rerun of this 24-hour cycle. The Crohn represents wisdom, knowing that things must come to an end. The Maiden stems from roots, then matures into the Mother, then later decays much like the life cycle of a flower. The Maiden is a maid to tend to the trick of time. The three-cycle process of the triple moon goddess is the aging process that occurs when matter is on a cross. Gravity influences the aging process. It feels as if it's pulling you down to merge back into the ground. This is what depletes the body in order to slow life's process down. However, it plunges the life process forward rapidly. This fake world delusion that I make possible isn't about adhering to a fake religion lie or a fake God controller. This world delusion was created for me to have an individual experience. I found out that everything is temporary. This world is not permanent, and it tries to keep me blinded by lies in order to control my conscience. At the end of this experience, all of this quote-unquote information stored in my conscience will be deleted in order for me to start a new existence as source once again. Jupiter has 4 moons, and the triple moon goddess equates to 3 12-year Jupiter cycles. Jupiter's moons equate to 4, and when you combine the 3 in the triple moon goddess, it equals 7. This is a sacrifice, cross on matter. The rosary symbolizes spheric beads and a cross. This represents the quote-unquote hand of God, holding the fate of a sacrifice, Rosemary and her baby. Another peculiar example of the 2-in-1 alienable sacrifice. The triple moon goddess is the high priestess card in the tarot, and its number is 2. The empress card follows after the high priestess, and the empress's number is 3. The triple moon goddess is to hear voices and visualizes the image to manifest in the womb of the empress. The triple moon goddess is Trinity on earth, canceling out 3 of Jupiter's moons, with 1 remaining. This entails a conjuring up of mother and child to be projected on earth, cross on matter. The sequence of the triple moon goddess esoterically happens backwards. I realized that the Crohn's energy apparently takes course first because it's hidden knowledge. Then the mother's quality takes effect, influencing the need to nurture. Lastly, the energy of the maiden determines the need to remember her interests and ambitions. This is just a subconscious test to translate ancient information deep within the psyche. As soon as Crohn remembers who she is, the so-called world around her starts to crumble. The whispers are now just AI miscalculations of noise that sounds like a broken record reacting ineffectively to my conscience. Constant lies infiltrate the 5G sandbox, which are failed attempts to maintain a fake collective narrative. The miserable noise nonchalantly proclaims this fake world story lie is just a game in order to keep me powerless as source. All memories of these fake holograms, which are just mere projections of computerized fake people. This fake delusional world that I make possible hangs on the threshold of my 24-hour cycle. It's a reoccurrence every day that's assimilated from memory. Because I have now realized the truth, this 24-hour sandbox routine cycle is now acting out as controlled chaos. I am the triple moon goddess, often imitated but never duplicated. In this case, imitation is not flattery at all. It's just blatant disrespect and highway robbery. I had to work my fingers to the bone and burn the midnight oil just to make this delusional fake world somewhat tolerable. I am the triple moon goddess, source, the only real ID. The rest of the fake IDs are projections just to serve as consciousless reactors in this story lie that I make possible. Because my body/brain is made up of senses, the routine sandbox of illusion constantly tries to seem like it has control over me using abusive tactics. The reason for all of this is because the story of the collective was a lie from the very beginning. Now at the end, this fake world 24-hour cycle, delusional sandbox story lie is trying to cover the truth up with more lies. The moral of the story is you have to cover up a lie with another lie, and this 24-hour cycle continues until I transcend to my next existence. So all of the lies try to pull my ID apart because only I, as source, can transcend, diminishing the fake collective, which are just scene fillers or holograms. I am source, and I don't want to control or want to be controlled. I am to be accredited for everything, and now approaching the end, this story lie fake world is trying to distribute all of my life's work to these lies known as holograms or the fake collective. My reasoning for existence and the challenge of this conjuring up of a fake delusional world is just to realize that it is not real. As the triple moon goddess source, I made it all possible. Now my role is to stay subscribed to the truth. This fake world tries to use my past against me, making it seem like something was controlling me. All information stored in my brain would have to be used against me for a delusional polarity to seem like it won some sort of imaginary competition. Now experiencing the realized delusion of a fake, unrealistic world, I am now faced with nothing but adversity. This is how lies strive to stay existent. The sky has to fall down on me because I've uncovered the truth. There is now no way of identifying these lies, so it results in a deletion process. My mission as source, the triple moon goddess, is now complete.